A new day and another absolute train wreck at Xbox, dude. They can't seem to go a single news cycle without shooting themselves in the foot. It's like one disaster after another. And this time it's created widespread chaos across the entire games industry, and fans of every type of video game are now losing their minds over how absolutely fucking ridiculous and stupid this decision is coming out of Xbox. And what I'm talking about is the news that id Software, the makers of Doom, the makers of Quake, the makers of the new Doom trilogy that everybody absolutely loves, have been reduced to the size of a support studio. Meaning that over 50% of the people working at id have been laid off. Some of these people being people who have been there for its entire lifespan. People who are the brains behind idtech, their in-house engine that has powered Doom and runs flawlessly. It's a disaster. It's an absolute travesty, dude. What is going on in the games industry right now is unbelievable. Today, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remake has been released, okay? And what happened? Ubisoft has laid off 55 of the developers that worked on the game. Congrats on launching a brand new game. By the way, you're out of a fucking job. See ya. What are we doing here, man? It's like every single day there's a fucking problem. The cuts at Doom maker id Software will change it forever. I don't see how they make a game with that team. Of course, some developers at id Software say they spent months crunching on the new Doom the Dark Ages expansion Revelations, which, by the way, is absolutely awesome. It finally arrived this week with a 10-hour campaign aimed at hardcore series veterans. The day before it launched, roughly half of the studio was invited to a conference call to be told they were getting laid off. The scale of the cuts was devastating and has left many worried about how id Software can continue and confused about Xbox's plans for its future. It's just like, what are you fucking doing here, man? First of all, let's back up a little bit, okay? 4 studios, with a 5th on the way being Arcane, but 4 studios, Double Fine, Undead Labs, Ninja Theory, Compulsion Games, they were all given the option to find another buyer or to separate as an independent team, meaning that they can either go under a different publisher to continue their games, or they can become self-sustaining and figure it out on their own. Take your IP, take your games, go do it by yourself because we don't want to be part of it anymore. That's what Xbox said. We're wiping our hands clean. See ya, not our fucking problem. You guys deal with it. That's a great opportunity for them. They now don't have to worry about Xbox crushing them and just forcing them to grind out Game Pass games that aren't that high quality and of course end up being 7 out of 10s. And now they're gonna have to work on actually producing something great, something that the fans want, and an excellent game that's going to keep them going, hopefully in the future. Awesome. Where the fuck was that opportunity for id, man? idtech, an unbelievably powerful engine that is powering some of the best first-person shooters in literally years, and a staff that is so software-brained that they know how to solve every fucking problem that comes their way. Excellent artists, excellent 3D modelers, excellent storytellers. One of the best studios in gaming. And instead of getting them to work on a new game, or instead of pivoting them to and giving them the opportunity to be sold off, which of course they would have 100 buyers lined up instantly, because of how great of a studio they are, you fucking shave them down, you cut them down, you fire everybody, and now what? They're just gonna support Call of Duty or something stupid like that? What the fuck is going on here, man? And then, aside from that too, you got Obsidian. The Outer Worlds and grounded studio Obsidian is losing around 25% of its staff to Xbox layoffs. Roles impacted spanned all disciplines and included employees with over a decade of experience at the studio. Speaking to sources with knowledge of the matter, Kotaku understands that somewhere around 60 to 70 people were cut. The layoffs included producers, artists, designers, programmers, QA testers, writers, and others who have worked across Obsidian's prodigious slate of recent releases. Now here's the thing with Obsidian, okay? They've been faltering a little bit. People didn't really care about Avowed. That game didn't live up to the hype that they set for it, and people don't really care about the Outer Worlds or the Outer Worlds 2. 2 games that basically released, didn't really sell any copies, and were basically made for Game Pass. Opportunity for more subscribers on Game Pass, and that's great, whatever. But within Obsidian, there are people that know exactly what they're doing, and they are great at it, and Obsidian is one of the best Western RPG developers that there is. So what does Xbox do? Oh, here's an idea. First, let's cut a bunch of people because fuck them. And then let's do a pivot that we should be doing with everybody. The one smart move that Xbox has done in years. They decide to get Obsidian to work on a brand new Fallout game. No more Avowed sequel. It's time to develop a new Fallout. These are the people who developed Fallout New Vegas, which is widely considered to be one of the best, if not the best Fallout game, and now you have them pumping out a brand new one. According to Bloomberg sources, studio design director Josh Sawyer will reportedly be leading the team on a new Fallout game, which will mark the studio's return to the post-apocalyptic franchise after releasing the acclaimed Fallout New Vegas all the way back in 2010. Prior to this, Sawyer was reportedly directing an RPG that was similar structurally and thematically to Fallout, but wasn't actually part of the Bethesda-owned universe. So of course, knowing that Xbox has these insanely huge IPs that everybody loves, they finally decided like, hey, I know, why don't we get this studio that made one of the best versions of this game that we have? Why don't we just get them to make a new one? We have a Fallout TV show that's released 2 seasons that hasn't had any games come out that could tie in perfectly with that because we got a brand new audience of TV watchers, but fuck that. Let's get these people to make Avowed. Avowed is the goal here. Use your fucking brain, Xbox. So now they finally do this, which if they did this in the first place, they could have avoided these layoffs because they would have had a successful game on their hands that would have launched in time with the TV show, which would have brought in all new people. Think about the Last of Us TV show. They got millions of new purchases for that game because the show on HBO was so successful. So how did you not think of that for this? How did you not think of that for that garbage Halo show? A tie-in? Nope. We're hands off. We let our studios do what they want because it's all about Game Pass. Well, you're fucking stupid. And look what's happening now. So why don't you get id instead of gutting id, this studio with so much legacy and so much generational knowledge that we're now losing because those people will most likely leave the industry forever. Most likely, because where are the jobs? If you're laying off 4,000 people, I don't think you're hiring 4,000 people. So where are the jobs? But you could have got id, who have made the best first-person shooters in literally since Half-Life 2, instead of getting them to work on a new game that has a dedicated fan base, which yes, Doom does, but it's a smaller fan base. But why not get them to make a spin-off Halo game? Halo is such a fucking dead franchise at this point. Why not just get them to make a spin-off Halo game that will actually be good? Nope, they gotta go. Where's the fucking thought process here, man? And then even more deep cuts at Bethesda. The Elder Scrolls 6 will suffer because of Xbox layoffs, Bethesda staff say, during delays, crunch, and generational talent being replaced by contractors. Of course, dude. Absolutely, of course. Imagine working at one of these studios where for the past like 6 months, if not year, if not 2 years, you've been under the intense scrutiny of one minor mistake can get you on a layoff list. Or your studio shut down. You're coming into work every day wondering if the game that you're working on is even gonna come out, or if you're still gonna be working at the studio by the time it does. Are you gonna get the ship bonus? No. Are you gonna get the Metacritic bonus? No. Are you gonna get your name in the credits? No. So what the fuck, man? It's a disaster there. And then people say, no, trust me, man. Xbox is just resetting. This is what Xbox needs to become stronger in the future. And then people are like, oh, PlayStation cutting physical discs is so much worse than this. They're screwing us over by we can't buy physical anymore. Shut the fuck up, man. We are losing generational talent here. If you think that losing a disc copy of a game when you buy fucking 2 games a year matters at all, dude, you think that matters at all? Yeah, sure, physical games are cool. It's cool to have a physical disc. I've been digital for 20 fucking years. Most people have been digital since digital has been a thing. And most people have, if they were physical before, when digital started, they've slowly transitioned to digital and now they don't buy pretty much anything physical. And you think that losing 4,000 people, plus id being gutted, plus Obsidian losing half their people, plus like Bethesda being gutted, plus all these studios being laid off, all these people being shut down. You think a disc, oh, wait, I can't buy a disc anymore. Yeah, oh, that's worse. Use your fucking brain, dude. This is a disaster. Xbox literally cannot go a week without some sort of issue. And it just seems crazy to me that people are now rewarding Asha Sharma for making this decision to get Obsidian to work on a new Fallout game. Like, oh my God, this is all we needed, finally. Phil Spencer couldn't get it done, but she's been here for like 100 days and this is what she's doing? Yes, finally Xbox is back. You're fucking stupid, man. You're stupid. Sure, this is a smart decision, and it's a decision that will make Xbox money. But here's another thing. Sorry, Fallout fans, but Obsidian isn't really interested in making New Vegas 2. After years of working on other people's games, the studio is finding joy in doing its own thing. This was one year ago, man. In addition to it being a celebration of shipping 3 games, all 3 of the games are IP that we've created, that are Obsidian IP. Our history prior to Microsoft surrounded working on others' IP, and this is the joy that we get of how do we start to define our own? Do we build our own IP? And we've got to the part where we have the sequels to all of them. All of them are IP we've created. So it sounds like Obsidian has been perfectly happy making their own games, trying these new things, trying to launch brand new IPs, brand new worlds, brand new stories to tell and share with gamers across the globe. And Xbox puts a gun to their head and says, you're gonna fucking make Fallout, whether you like it or not. We own you. We're using Minecraft money to fund you, so you better be fucking happy. But why not let Obsidian leave? Why not let id leave? If you're just gonna force them to do what you want, why not just let them do what they want? I mean, sure, you bought them, you own them. You could force them to do literally whatever you want. That is the purpose. Obsidian should technically this whole time should have been making Fallout games. They should have been doing a spin-off Fallout series because clearly the main studio at Bethesda doesn't know what the fuck they're doing, and they're gonna take 38 years to make the next Fallout game because they don't know what's going on. And now who knows how many years till Elder Scrolls 6, a game that was announced way too fucking early. Why haven't there been Halo spin-offs? Why hasn't there been Gear spin-offs? Why does it seem like Xbox doesn't know what the fuck they're doing with fucking anything, man? And why has it come to this? Doom DLC gets released and it's excellent. Here's your celebration. Goodbye. What are we doing, man? It's just like, will we get another Doom ever? Probably not. Is Quake actually gonna come out? Probably not anymore. Is idtech ever gonna be used for a game again? I doubt it. What's going on? Literally, what's going on?